Hello guys, and welcome back to another cello technique tutorial. In today's tutorial we're gonna cover study number 22 by Louis Feuillard, Studies of the Young Cellist, which is a study for the bow. You got it right. But before we continue with this video, I would love to introduce to you a very special guest. Well, actually I put it wrong. He's not a very special guest. He's actually a new member of the family. Meet my new cello. I got this a couple of days ago from my great friend and great luthier Julius César Vesper, who is a luthier that lives in the small town of João Neiva in the state of Espírito Santo, so in the state where I am. I am in Vitoria and he's like 1.5 hours by car from here. And he built this copy of my instrument, which is a Jean-Baptiste Lefebvre from 1763, built in Amsterdam. And this instrument is just wonderful. But I'm not going to go really into detail about the whole history of the cello, because I'm gonna make a separate YouTube video. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to his atelier, to his workshop there in João Neiva, and I'm gonna make a little vlog about how was the process. He's gonna explain how the process was and so on, the history behind it. It's gonna be a video in Portuguese because, okay, we're in Brazil, so we're gonna speak in Portuguese, but I'm gonna subtitle it in English, so you are gonna understand everything what we're gonna talk about. But okay, let's go straight into the exercise. So study number 22, study for the bow. And of course, before we continue with this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. And now it's time to play this exercise through and then go part per part what you need to pay attention. Shall we? So good, we have played the exercise through, so we have an idea how it sounds like. Now, first things first, we need to observe, first of all, what does all these letters mean. So you're gonna see there are some letters written like H-U, M, H-O, H-O, M, H-U, G, S-P, and so on. So I'm gonna go letter per letter. So first of all, H-U means the lower half of the bow. Right, so this part, so this is H-U. Now the M obviously comes from middle, so we stay here in the middle, and then we have H-O. H-O means the upper half of the bow, right? Then later on we're gonna see G. Well, now you're gonna know what it means. G means ganzer Bogen, so whole length of the bow. S-P comes from Spitz, which is here at the tip of the bow. Then we have a G again, so ganzer Bogen. And then we have FR, which comes from Frosch. So it's all German terms, right? Frosch means here at the nut or at the beginning of the bow, okay? Then in the last line we see H. H is half length of the bow. So not to use the whole bow, but only the half of it. Okay, so this first of all you need to pay attention. So observe first, write the letters so that you don't get confused, because this is especially an exercise for the bow distribution. So okay, let's go to the first bar here. So we see H-U, M-H-O. So let's go step by step. So I will start with the H-U, so lower part of the bow. So there we go, H-U. So see, I just came until the middle, so the lower part of the bow, right? One more time. And now on this last note, it's M. So yeah, we arrived pretty fine because we arrived on the M on the middle. So where it's supposed to be, okay? So the trick here is like this. And now we have H-O, which is the higher part of the bow. Higher, or I don't know, yes. So see, one more time. So lower part, M, and now the upper. So not the higher part, but the upper part. See? So how you need to get used to it, of course. If you didn't do really exercises about this, now this is a good moment to develop this. So let's do it on one note. This is always good to do. So we're gonna do 1, 2. You can count. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because the whole exercise goes like this. So it's very important that you do on an open string or just one note in order to get the mechanism. Because once you get the mechanism, then this etude, this study is going to be more easier for you. Because if you start straight in tempo and you don't know what to do, then it gets confused and you're not really getting the point of this exercise. So first of all, do it on one note. So make sure you get the mechanism right. One more time. 1, 2. Now let's start with the notes. So, okay, same here. So this is important. One more time, I'm repeating. Do that first on one note, and then you try with the notes, okay? So at the third measure, we see a term. It's written simile. Simile means it's the same, right? So if we have H-U, M-H-O, so lower part, middle, then the upper part, then when you see simile, then it means it's all the time the same thing. So it repeats, okay? Just so that you pay attention on that. Now another way that I like to practice, just to get more used to the thing, because it's all about the index finger also for these dotted notes. I like to do this part per part. So we go back to the beginning and we do this part per part. So let's make sure that we get this correct. So that's what you can do. One more time. So I'm not really slurring. So I'm not doing this. See, I'm not slurring, I'm separating. So I'm taking a little breath before I do the dotted note. So relax and prepare. See? So this is all about preparation with anticipation. So like this. And then I'm ready to hit that string. Same. So each time when you have a dotted note, you can relax the sound a little bit. So like that. 1, 2. So this also you can do first. When you get this, then you try 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. Okay? So actually that's it for this exercise for the right hand. So once you observed, when you analyze and when you are used to it, to this mechanism, then the whole exercise is going to be totally easy for you. This is going to be totally fine. So pay attention to these small things that I just mentioned, okay? And then you're going to do totally fine. Now there are a couple of things here in the left hand that, okay, I've explained in other tutorials, but I'm going to explain it just quickly here. So on the second line of this exercise, so second line, measure 4, where we have mezzo forte, this one. Right? So what happens here? So we play this note, right? The F sharp. But then we change finger, but it's still the same note. See? So what you have to do? So you relax the sound, and the moment you relax the sound, you are getting ready. So don't do this last minute. Don't do this, because you're not going to hit. So this you need to practice. Stop, stop. So always in advance. Okay, when you get this mechanism also right, then it's gonna be easier to play. Ready. Same here. Ready. See? So this is a thing that you need to pay attention for the left hand. Anyway, I made a tutorial, it's gonna appear right here, that talks about this. Now, here in the fourth line, second bar, there we can have some tricky things happening over there. So we are string crossing and we're gonna use chords also. So this might be a little bit annoying for intonation, this passage here. So one suggestion that I do for intonation, I like to practice with double stops. So this and in piano, softly. And you need to adjust. So you see if you need to go more further, because quints, fifth intervals are never pleasant to play. So when quints or fifth intervals are when you play with one finger, you have to bar one finger on two strings, so like this. But there is a trick that I do. So okay, for the first finger it's okay, or first finger or index finger usually is strong. So this is gonna be fine. So I put actually a lot of pressure at this part of the finger. I'm not really sure how this is called in English, but okay, I'm pointing it. So here I put more pressure, especially on the D string, so on the F sharp. And the second finger is going to be fine because we don't need to bar the second finger. But on the next figure, we're going to have to bar the second finger. So the same thing, the second finger, I really try to push more with that part of the finger. And what happens that sometimes we need to move our hand a little bit more like to that direction, see? Okay, for some of you, sometimes you're gonna need to go back with your finger. But in my case today, it's gonna be like this, so I need to push in front. So again, I'm using that part of the finger here, right? So you need to find this, but double stops. And everything softly. This is fine now. So okay, if you're not used to play fifth intervals or quints, okay, your fingers, they might tire pretty quickly, but don't worry, this is completely normal. You need to develop this. So that's why I say, take some time with this, okay? So if you're feeling tired, okay, then stop with it and do something else. But every day, bit by bit, try to develop these quints here. So your fingers are getting stronger every day, more and more. Well, that's practically it for this exercise. It's a not difficult exercise. Just pay attention to these things that I mentioned in today's lesson and you're gonna do totally fine. The most important thing is that observe what these letters mean, okay? So that you understand the mechanism, then you're gonna do totally fine. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson of today. It's a pretty short lesson, not much happening, but it's a very good one for the right hand, so for the bow. Next lesson we're gonna cover study number 23, which is gonna be a study for the left hand, so first, second, third and fourth position. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. Okay guys, so have a great practice. Thank you so much for watching, and we see us next time in a couple of days. See you. Bye bye.